new season of COD Mobile just dropped, and that means one thing. We have to make a brand new top 10 guns list, which we've been doing for over 6 years now. I know, I can't believe it myself. Back when I started this, I was a young whippersnapper. Now I've got back pain, a dog, a house, a fiance. Life has changed a lot. Anyway, honorable mention to the Finnick and QQ9. Finnick because it got buffed recently, and QQ9 because I love it, always have, probably always will, and it's really nice to use. Not as nice long range as things like the Tundra, which is of course coming in number 10 with the Type 63, which is the better variation of an SKS. Use Tundra for search and destroy. We see players like Gantz dominate using it, Itachi dominate with it, and many, many more players cook with the Tundra in search and destroy.
I'm the best player out there.
However, with the Tundra getting nerfed, I would like to mention the line rifle because it is severely underrated, and the DLQ because it was my trusty steed for many years at the start of this game's release. Type 63, it's a little bit less used, primarily being equipped by those that play respawn, not search and destroy. That's not to mean that it's bad, it's really, really good. It just takes a little bit of precision to get the job done, which is unlike number 9 being the PDW, because you get a nice big mag with this guy, so you don't need to worry about being too precise, and since you're usually up close range with it, you never really run out of ammo. As long as you're not shooting at the whole team at the same time, you should be good. And if you want to try something really good, download Call of Duty Mobile at the top of the description down below, as they sponsored today's video. Which brings us to an SMG that is better than at closer ranges, being the CX9. And this actually got buffed in the previous season, which made it slightly better for that 50 round reload in respawns, but it's also absolutely disgusting in search. Destroy. Moving further down, we've actually got the Ram 7, which was released recently inside of 2025 with one of the best mythics they've ever brought to the game. I would say this is more of an all-rounder. It's kind of like a classic at this point that people just enjoy using because it feels satisfying to, but it's not the best weapon in the game. So you should view it more as like you're giving yourself a slight challenge to be able to do really good with it. But if you don't want to give yourself a challenge of being good at all, you should use this LMG, the Chopper. I've been talking about it for the last couple of seasons as an honorable mention, but I've actually decided to replace it in this position instead of the MG42 for this season, as it's just so easy to use. And because you're using the heavy handle, you don't really need to block any of your sight or vision because of your iron sight, which makes it even better to use as well. Shout out to the Holger also, but I really do think the Chopper is probably your best bet for an LMG this season. If I had to do a quick top 3 LMG, Chopper, MG42, Holger. Almost forgot. The Dingo got an incredible amount of buffs, but I think what happened to the RAL LMG is actually the main talking point, because the ADS time got reduced and its movement speed got increased. This was already a pretty damn good LMG, right alongside the Holger, PKM, MG42. So maybe by the end of this season, somebody will have found out an insane loadout using it, and I can give it to you in the next top 10 guns. At 5, however, we have got a wild card choice, and I know how can this rank so high considering it is not versatile. Well, it's actually more versatile than you would think because of its fast movement speed and the fact that the majority of your gunfights are taking place close range anyway, the HS0405 shotgun. For many years, this has been amazing on Battle Royale, but in this season, it's specifically good inside of multiplayer for once in its entire life. So much so that I'm seeing it more on ranked than pretty much every other close range weapon, with the exception of flex weapons, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But if you haven't already, you need to try this. Now, I know some of you guys are probably scared about that slight movement nerf and fire interval penalty that one of the attachments for the HSO got, but if we're being honest, the best way to rock these shotguns at the minute is to do overkill and have the HSO plus the KRM. So I really doubt that you're going to notice it that much, as you're going to be double pumping and switching between each shotgun so much anyway that it won't really matter, especially not the fire interval. But to be honest, you should only be using this in maps like Nuketown or Summit. In at 4, we've got the XM4 and HVK. These are two of my personal favorites. I know a lot of people love the XM4, but people are not really giving the HVK the chance that it deserves to shine, considering how fast it can kill opponents from across the map and even closer ranges. The only thing that's really stopping people is, of course, the lower magazine size, because everyone's used to the USS9, Ram 7, Chopper, MG42, just big mag weapons. However, if you're looking for a very small mag that will pack a serious punch, we can talk about the Man of War Thermite, which is in here at number 3. I thought this was going to go away, but it never really has. And the only reason I have it ranked this high is because you literally need a perk to counter it. What other gun in this list do you need a perk to counter? It's like when they made this thing, they wanted to annoy us so bad to go into using that perk.
What did... Oh my god, the thermite manowar guy is so annoying.
If you're good at the game, you probably have a standalone class built out just in case somebody actually decides to use this inside of one of your games with Dauntless on. There's nothing else like it in the game. But a weapon I like more is the Odin in at number 2. Like I mentioned with the HS0405, the Odin's also really good in Battle Royale, and I've been playing a lot of BR recently, and I love it there, and I love it in multiplayer as well. It's not even that bad close range, especially if you can be accurate. While we're on the topic of the Odin, I need to mention the Lag 53, as it's got a countless amount of buffs over like the last 6 months, and I can't believe it's still not meta. Personally, after this round of buffs, I think we're all gonna need to take a step back and reevaluate how good this gun is, because it could be a meta definer, even on Battle Royale. But I think we all know when it's said and done that the best gun in the game is still the same one as always, being the king of COD Mobile, the USS9. It is the epitome of a flex weapon, which means you can use it close, medium, and longer ranges without needing to worry about a thing.